Hey guys, how's it going? Mike here, and today I'm going to bring you a little bit of a recap for the month of July. So, for the XP that I gained this month, it was heavily focused towards Luell, but let's start with Xelent just to see about the gains that I got here. I got in total 111.55 mil of XP, most of that being focused on prayer. I did manage to get 44.6 mil prayer XP and get 120 prayer this month. The next biggest one is going to be fishing, which I managed to also get 120 as well. It was a little bit of a slower skill, but well worth it. I got a lot of gains done on my other accounts. And it's just so AFK with being one click every 5 minutes just to make sure you don't lobby. And every once in a while, around every 13 minutes or so, another extra click to keep fishing. Super good skill. I actually can't wait to do 200 mil on that one since it's just so nice and AFK and it lets me do other things on my other accounts. The next biggest gain, as will be for the next month as well probably, is Dungeoneering. And that's 10.8 mil. All of that is just daily dungeons. I did leech all my daily dungeons on my alt, since my other two accounts were also training Dungeoneering at the same time, but actually doing floors, so I leeched this one for a couple floors as well. And then the next biggest gain that we have is going to be farming, and that is my daily tree run. It has been going well. I did miss a couple days, and I did miss a couple runs as well. I started doing Gobi bands as well, which has been going quite well. I am starting to contemplate doing some war bands as well with FC. The biggest concern I have with warbands is I hate having to do regimented times of this time you go here and you do that, and since it's a bit of a dangerous daily, I don't have the motivation to do it as much as I do for Gobi bands where I've never seen a PKer, and it just seems to be well worth doing since it only takes a couple minutes and you get around 50k XP. But those are the biggest gains that I got. I did get a small amount of XP and a whole bunch of other skills as well. The ARC did come out, so I did test a whole bunch of XP rates for all those different places. So I did get a good chunk of XP in a couple of the different skills. That's why I'm above 120. Fishing, when all of my other 120s are almost exactly stopped at 120. But that's it for Xelent. Let's actually look at the biggest gain for this month, which is going to be on Luell, which is 344.24 mil XP. Most of that is going to be combat and invention. As you can see, the biggest gain is 116.8 mil invention. And I did manage to finish out invention for 200 mil. I'm currently going for 200 mil attack and strength and 150 mil defense. I'm leaving that last little 50 mil to be done when I decide to go for Slayer. Or maybe I might get that last 50 mil through bossing, you never know. I'm just leaving that little bit for Slayer just because I don't want to actually have to do air tasks and have to actually get no XP for it since it's just not a good idea. But yeah, 70 mil attack XP, almost exactly, 24 mil defense, 48 mil strength, 51.9 mil constitution, and then you have 12.6 mil range. All of that is straight from the cannon, which gives quite a lot of XP, and it's quite a good chunk of XP as well. And then a small amount of prayer XP, 2.7 mil magic. I did do Dungeoneering with one of my other alts, so with Louis. And I was using Mage Base, so I did get quite a lot of magic XP from that, but the rest of it is just from crackling going off. And then a small amount of XP and a ton of different skills, so that's probably spins, and on top of opening guardian doors, or not guardian doors, skill lock doors in Dungeoneering. And then the next big XP gains are mining. I do mining every time I need to AFK really hard, and it's just something that I do. I do have bonus in it, so that's the first thing I go do. And then we have 2.7 mil herblore. I did make from scratch, including extremes and overloads, and then supreme overloads, and then supreme overload salves. So that was quite a good chunk of XP for making 500 supreme overload salves. And then we have 625k farming XP. That's all from doing the daily crystal trees. So I think I might have missed a couple of days by accident by not going to the priff load, so not noticing that it was there, but I usually do that with my main when I'm doing my tree runs. And then we have 10.8 mil Dungeoneering XP, that's daily dungeons. So that's the most XP that I got for this account. This will probably be one of the largest XP gains I'll ever get. Next month might be quite large, but I am on vacation for half of it, so I unfortunately won't be getting that many gains. I probably won't match up this one, but I will get a lot of combat XP during the next month as well, and hopefully a lot of loot as well from Eretz. Then the last account, Louis, did get 50% of his total XP again this month, so that was 13 mil, so almost enough to get another 99 worth of XP at least. And then we see our biggest XP gain for the most part is going to be in prayer. I did train a lot of prayer since it was super cheap. I used Infernal Ashes, and again, they're super cheap to use. They did crash at the time where I was using them, so it was extremely cheap GP per XP. And I figured I'd get 80 prayer just to get it out of the way, get a whole bunch of stats to base 80-ish, at least base 70 or above, so I pushed that one out of the way. And then I also did manage to get 83 fishing, which was a good amount of XP that I added on. So this is what I did when I needed to AFK while I was streaming or anything like that. The next little bit is woodcutting. I did get to level 75. So I have been working on level 75 on some skills for getting Prifddinas unlocked. I also did get level 75 dungeoneering, which was a big hassle. It did take me a couple days, but it was really worth it. I found it a lot easier since I was just doing it by myself. I didn't have to depend on anybody else, or I didn't have to wait for somebody else to get on, so I found it a lot easier to do. The next big skill I gained was farming XP 2 mil, so I went from level 1 farming all the way to level 80. I have stopped doing my tree runs for the most part because I think level 80 is a good base to stop at. I do have more than enough time to get 99 whenever I need to. I do have a lot of seeds and stuff already in the bank, not anywhere close to enough for 99, but I've gotten to the habit of actually doing tree runs, so it won't be that big of a deal when I wanted to continue on later. The couple of skills I should say that I didn't gain any XP in this, Slayer. I am waiting to start Slayer a little bit. Now that I do have 75 dungeoneering, it will be something that I'll start training really fast, but I do want to get some quests done. And that is probably going to be one of the next biggest hurdles, is getting some quests done also, because I do need to get on the road to Prifddinas. But I'm also trying to get level 80 stats in some of the things that I need for crystallize, so that's the next big goal as well. So after getting 75 woodcutting, I also got 75 crafting. I'm on the way to getting 80 in that. I do have that banked. But I am looting right now for my other account, so this is probably not going to be any gains for the next month or so, unless I do manage to get daily dungeons or a good daily that I want to do. So 80 in that skill and crafting is going to be worked on. Again, that's just for invention. So I do want to unlock invention too, so that when I do train my Slayer and my combat, that I can level that up at the same time, since I already do have 80 divination. And I've also banked 80 smithing, and that's something I'll work on anytime I have a chance to AFK. That's most of the gains for this account. It is something that I'm taking really, really slowly. I have used this account for a long time for looting, so the amount of gains that I've gotten on it have been not as good as I'd like to. It has gained almost 200,000 rank, so it's made a lot of progress, but there's a lot of levels that I can get that are quite easy. When I do start Slayer, it should be a nice little fast gain. I have contemplated maybe just going and getting a ton of combat levels really quick to get this account to 2,000 total level to open up a couple extra worlds for looting as well. But that has been the gain for this month. Hopefully next month will be a little bit better for this account, but unfortunately I don't think it will be. I will be on vacation for 2 weeks out of the entire time, and I'll try to get some time in on a rest, maybe do a little bit of woodcutting if I don't do anything else. But the gains for the next month might be a little bit delayed if I'm still on vacation when I get back. But I hope to see you guys then. Until next time. Bye!